Whoa, everybody! It's Awestruck Comics Podcast. We're going to do a quick haul video of the stuff, some show and tell stuff that we got this past week. Rob, you got a couple things. You got a couple things you want to throw up real fast before I put it into the
Sure,
stuff.
absolutely.
Plugs all
How do I
around.
how do I not blur my background?
Plugs, plugs, plugs.
None. There we go. We first off, boom. I got the foil cover for All-Star Superman #1. Whoosh. Right. That's still showing up blurry. Right,
You're
out
all
of focus.
Superman. You're
Okay.
all Superman all the time.
I am all Superman all the time. Let's throw a little light over here.
You get
Yeah,
your unplugs
I'm
yet?
totally the ones I just got last night. No.
Oh yeah, you just ordered.
Did I got a bunch of yeah. What Mark's talking about is my two main physical collections are foil facsimile editions of Superman and foil holofoil Youngblood covers. It's just a thing I'm dealing with right now. I showed this on the news earlier today, but this is the foil Superman versus Muhammad Ali facsimile edition.
What's that
And on the
retail? Is that
back,
like $20 retail?
not even that bad. I think it's like 16.
Oh yeah, that's a fat book. That's like a big book, and then the foil.
Yeah,
So that's dope. That's dope.
that's
I
cool.
have I have my Skinbreaker Treasury coming right Tuesday, I think. We'll get into it.
I
Get
got the
into
first
it.
Neil Adams cover foil.
Oh, I like that. I feel like I had that. Either I had that when I was a kid or I had like a beat up copy of that
Yeah,
relatively
I had it.
recently.
I had a I had a Superman collection that was like really complete from the 60s up. And over the time I sold it. Not a facsimile edition, but foil. Remember that Superman 166? Great issue.
Oh
And
yeah, you know what? I need that foil. I need that because that's not exact. I guess that is. That's actually like a pre-foil foil.
it's a pre-foil foil, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Ed McGuinness, Jeff Loeb. It's a really good issue, really well drawn. Ed McGuinness Superman, one of my favorites. Um, I got this. This is issue 3 of the Big Bang series, from the Caliber miniseries part of it. Big Bang
Oh
went on to
yeah.
be Image, but it was Caliber first.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wanted to rebuild that collection. It's the Big Bang Savage Dragon issues is one crossover collection I fulfilled, and then I wanted to fulfill the original miniseries, which ends on this '90s issue, which is like fantastic.
Mm, yeah, that's dope.
It's a really good '90s aesthetic feeling comic.
That was Caliber on the end, the
That
end of
was
the
that was
Caliber.
Caliber, yeah. They
Wow.
did
Okay.
4 issues of the miniseries, and then an issue 0, which has a Alex Ross cover,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
and Big Bang really could have been something. I'll just do a quick story long. Alan Moore even wanted to do Big Bang. He's like I really he really liked Big Bang comics because he has a fascination and a nostalgia for '60s DC books. Um, so it would have been neat to see an Alan Moore Big Bang, but I don't know if they could have afforded them, especially if it was 10 grand a pop, like we were talking about Supreme earlier.
Yeah, there should have
Although
been some negotiations.
although he did give stuff like if he liked something, he did it for free. Like he gave that Fantagraphic story for Anything Goes #2. You
Oh,
know
really?
yeah, that was a charity book.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So um that's my haul for this week, I think. Oh, but so the other interesting thing about Big Bang is when Image picked them up, they were like, "Listen, we really, Eric Larson really wants to publish. Everything's cool. Just don't do any modern stories." And he's like, I literally wanted to do the next issue of that '90s story. He never finished it. So Image is like, don't do any new stories. And then
Hmm.
when Gary Carlson, the writer of Big Bang, went to write for Supreme, Live was like, cool, we're doing modern Supreme, but don't give me any of that Big Bang retro stuff. Gary Carson's like, okay. And then like 10 issues later, Alan Moore takes over and basically brings back the idea of that
Right.
nostalgia '60s comics.
Pretty much just
So
does like the six nostalgia comics. That's
yeah.
correct.
So what did you pick up, Mark?
Yeah,
Marcus?
so I went out a couple places. I went to Newcomb Comics out in Lambertville, and then I went to Wade's Comics Madness is in where? Bristol,
Bristol.
PA.
Yeah. Yep.
But they had a nice box of like kind of exclusives or second print. Like they had a good box of it was kind of like the hot stuff. It was like here's an absolute box, here's your Battle Beast reprints, like just a lot of stuff like up in a row. So they had three cool boxes. They had a bunch of $2 boxes, but I know we kind of alluded to this in one of the shows. Like I feel like I should just work at these shops to help organize stuff. Like I feel like as a shopper, even Newcomb's difficult. It's like 30 long boxes, but I feel like then there's stuff on top of stuff, like and it's like it's really hard to get it. And Wade's I can't figure out. Like there's a bunch of like just beat up like regular stuff. There's stuff underneath, and then there's literally boxes like stacked and double stacked, and it just says "Do not touch." And I'm like, what the fuck? And it has like A on, it has like a letter on it, and I'm like, what the fuck's in there? Like and and
I
I I always feel like there's always like at these places that need like a lot of work, there's just people doing nothing. A guy I knew was doing nothing. 0.0 things.
we
Zero.
I know at Legends, the store that used to run, uh, like you were always busy. You're always like, yeah. Sometimes we would all stand around and talk, but the store if we were standing around talking, the store was perfect. You had your wall
Yeah.
books perfectly lined up. Your trade shelves were really good looking. Your new comic stuff was excellent. Your back issues were in order. You had your quarter bins up front.
Yeah.
Like it was
It's
very well
all
organized.
it listen, I think anyone working at these shops, they need to have like a certain level of like OCD where you hire people that, can line it up. Or even if they couldn't do it, like even if they weren't like really like good at stuff, you could at least tell them like or say, "Hey, I need you to organize it like this." And then that's the stuff I would expect. Say, "Hey, here's like three long boxes, I need them all together. Fix it." Like
A,
and just
a good comic store should have a back issue bins in order that are great,
mhm.
and you should have dollar books in no order.
Yeah,
I mean, you can put them alphabetically, like kind of like here's the A box, here's 90s, here's 70s,
right.
here's well, you're not going to get 70s books for a dollar unless they're really beat to hell. Um,
But
and
there's so many new books. Like I feel bad for these stores because they don't really know what to do. Like I think you even said you like if it's come out in the last like 10 years, even 20 years, like the way that they don't. There's something that came out like 2 years ago and 15 years ago. It feels the same. It looks the
yes,
same. It has the same type. Like if it's so it's really hard because they had like a $2. They had a bunch of $2 boxes. Then they had other ones that said recent comic issues, and it would said, I think it was $2 off cover price or 7 for 20 or something like that. And I'm like, what's the math on that? But anyway, I went through. Um,
that's one
but
dollar off.
but
You save
I
a dollar, 7 for 20.
yeah, there you go. So they say $1. But most of them, it depends. Most of them were no. So yeah, they were like yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, everything's almost 3 or 4.99. So this is a normal $5 book. This was only $8, but this is like was like awesome looking. Like that's like
This
it's like a foil exterior and it just has this kind of like almost like pop art background. Like I love that. I think it's great. Plus, I wanted to get and then this was cover price and I looked through and this is no I don't know if this is worth anything. I'm not sure if like the cover A of probably not.
I
I'm not
think
sure.
it's a hot book.
Yeah, it's probably worth more
And
than 3.99. I don't know. I got it for regular price. I think even less. But I went through, I really looked at it and I was like, no, that's right. Yeah, that was 3.99. Oh, you know what? Let me jump back because I want to jump back real fast to something I'm going to put on the Instagram.
yeah,
This I'm going to put on my Instagram tomorrow. So this is the Jack Kirby sketch of Dracula he did, I guess when he was working for Topps for a little bit, and Magnolia Ink did. This was the back of these cards. So all of these cards.
is that
This
oh,
is the
this is the actual set.
this is the nine cards. Yeah, these are the
Oh,
this
wait.
this
Is
is the
that
back of
wait,
the
wait, go
nine
back.
cards.
Go back to the front of the cards. What 9 cards are what's that? Oh, it's from okay. So this is the Vlad Topps comic, right? Not the
Yeah, it's not
not
the
the
regular
Dracula
Dracula.
movie adaptation, which we all had the Dracula movie
Yeah,
adaptation. Like every comic fan from the 90s had that book.
yeah. Well,
I
that
got to
was like
rewatch that movie.
it's great. Watch that and then watch Red Letter Media's review of that because then they kind of go through so much of like the making of that movie.
I went and saw that movie in the theater with a girl who like was taking me, but like I didn't want to date her, but she like really wanted to date me. I'm like, but I do want to see the movie and you drive. And I was only 16, so I let her take me.
Wow, what a
Mark,
guy!
I let her touch me. It's not. I'm not.
He let touch you.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed.
I don't think you're ashamed. I think you're
I
okay.
was. I'm okay. Hey, it's
Uh,
okay. Yeah, I never
but
got this card series.
well, it was
That's cool.
it came in the
Well, I
comics.
never bought that comic. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's good. It's Esteban Marato who did a ton of Conan, Savage Sword Conan stuff. So there's just Sam, you got
but
Sam
you know what,
Keith.
Mark? Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
You know what's funny? You didn't buy this book back then, right?
I bought number one back then. Yes.
Okay. again, this goes along with not that it's schlock, because clearly this is a book of actually some quality, but I had no interest in this book back then. But
Yeah.
now, seeing these cards and they're awesome looking, and
Mhm.
now knowing who drew the book, like today this book's interesting to me.
But that's what I mean is that like Mignola was kind of a mystery because Mignola back then was like he drew. I think Jungle Adventure was before Dracula, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and so was X
So
Force.
right, so like this was like his next evolution. It was after his. No, it was probably right around. I gotta see. I'm not sure the exact chronology of that Batman issue, the Sanctuary issue, that he kind of co-plotted with Dan Raspler. That was right around this time, maybe right after that, but that was Chiarella colors as well. But when I got this when I was younger, this is where things kind of shift. I didn't want this. I was like, I don't want this art.
Correct.
And now I'm
Because
like, oh wow, I
yeah,
love this art. Like it's
Mignola were along for the ride. He had kind of won us over on multiple books. Like I'd gotten Cosmic Odyssey out of $1 bin back then, or 3 for $1 bin. They were
yeah.
really easy to. That was a really easy to come by book.
You can get it
DC's
now.
post crisis stuff
Yeah.
was like,
I got it for $1. I got the
yeah,
set for $1. And I have the deluxe edition. Um oh man, what was I? Oh, and Esteban Murado also did Atlantis Chronicles. Is that right? Do I have that right? Is
that
that the
looks like
first one?
it. It
Yeah.
literally looks like it. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
that's
going to argue.
another thing that I like was like, I don't want that, and then I'm like, oh, what's that? And I have that.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's
I didn't get that till
wonderful.
much later, but
But I looked this up too. So I was bummed. Like, so I'm looking through and because it was hard to even like take a picture of that because you know how hard it is to like line up the cards up. At least that cards
I
they were
I
right.
know.
They were right. They did fit. Whereas I'll show some stuff a little
These
bit later in this
these
that
these
doesn't make
covers
any
you're getting.
sense.
Yeah.
The
Oh my
covers that I
goodness,
get don't really hit. I have covers coming up. I have this
Mark.
Ramos cover coming up. You'll see.
Did you see? I put it on my Twitter, my Rob Messick Twitter. I was trying to line up cover A and B to Bedrock versus Violator number 1. So it's a
Oh
Liefeld
yeah,
Bedrock, Liefeld Violator. Well, one's inked by Miki, one's inked by like Sybil, and they don't line up. Like Violator's arms too thick here. It's like I don't know what happened. They
yeah,
just don't. It's like neither ink or talk to each other, or
yeah, yeah,
Liefeld's
yeah.
pencils were they the blue line pencils printed out? I don't know, and
Right,
they
right.
just don't line up in any. And I tried to go online looking for the original art, and I couldn't find anything because I'm like, well, maybe the cover got cropped, or maybe the printer messed up.
Yeah, yeah.
Go. So if you want something funny, people go on my Rob Messick Twitter and just go back a week or two.
Yeah, I gotta look at that. That's really funny. I looked this up on eBay to see if anyone did this because I would like an uncut sheet of that, like 9 cards, uncut sheet on the back because I want the back like uncut.
Well,
That's pretty dope.
you need to
And
start looking at eBay like every day, or put in a search for it.
yeah, I'll put it in search and save it.
Because
Yeah,
somebody has the
500 of
the
these.
the crappy the Topps card series of the Max that's just like printing panels from the comic.
Yeah.
Um, has a 6 card etched series, and it's an original Sam Keith art, and they made an uncut set,
Oh,
and
that's right.
the uncut set looks great. I'm like, I want that uncut set.
Yeah, that's right. But I have to give it to Skybound. Like these are the back covers of this book. This back cover of Battle Beast, back cover of Skinbreaker. Now Skinbreaker, I'm getting Skinbreaker the um treasury size. So I figured if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy the B cover, which there was only one left of this besides this one. Still a good amount of copies. I was happy that there was a lot of. When I first looked around for it, I didn't see it. I'm like, oh man, I really wanted a copy of it. So I have
You
like a,
you preferred the B cover over the A cover.
well, I'm going to get the A cover on the Treasury. So the
Oh, is it the
Treasury,
same? It's not a
yeah,
different cover.
no.
I
So
was
it's
just
the
checking.
same.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes they
So
do.
yeah. So but I kind of dig that. Like, I mean, and they had no variant covers for this. And I asked them, I was like, you don't have. He's like, they're all gone. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, cover J looks really cool. That's not in it. I almost thought that was like an interior page, but it is not. Yeah, all the covers were really good. And the counter guy at Wade's was like super nice, and he's like way into the covers. But this book, so just look at that
Did they?
size. There's your
Are you
size
gonna?
of the difference.
So I know you're getting the Treasury edition. Are you going to try to get the? Was that a foil cover that would match your Battle Beast foil cover with a man's
This one,
cover?
yeah, down there, J, yes, and it is not on eBay right now at all.
All right.
So that sucks, right? Because again, I just got that Battle Beast, which I like. I like all those colors. I think that's a perfect book. Perfect. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it in this one frame that I have in the living room. And I'm like, perfect. So anyway, the colors on this were really out of control. This was really good. I can't wait. So the biggest difference is that when it goes to Treasury, because we know that Kirkman talked about this in a few different podcasts, the size of this balloon is going to be this size, which means you're going to be able to see more art. So
Yes.
again, it's like IMAX. It's like when Sinners came out and you could see it in like five different movie theaters, right? You could saw it in five fucking places. It's insane, you know. That's why I bought Sinners on iTunes because iTunes you can watch it in like every ass you can watch it in the full frame. So anyway, um, this book always made me mad. First off, I almost bought a whole set of the Infinity Countdown. Okay, so this is the haul I got. This is most of the stuff right now through is stuff I got at Newcomb Comics. If a ton of dollar bin, it's like 20, 30, 40 long boxes. I don't know. I got there with three, and I was leaving, and this guy had like a long, and he was slow. I was blowing past him. You got to get it
Yeah.
going.
You're
Two
right.
hours. But you got to go. And I
Corey,
felt
you
bad
ever?
because the guy like someone called him. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be done in a couple minutes." And I looked at him. I was like, "I'm done. I know what to do. This guy is not done at
Yeah.
all."
Yeah. You
And
ever
he's
do
like,
that where somebody's in the middle box and you work your way up to him and then you begrudgingly pass him and then
yeah,
you go, I got to remember that box. That's the
yeah."
box I got to go back
I
to.
put I put a Mad magazine on it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's different tricks.
Yeah.
But this book, it's so funny. This is when variant covers kind of started. This is an Aaron Cooter
Right.
cover. However, the interiors were all like really, really good Howard art. This is a Duggan story. Um, really good Howard art. I guess I'm gonna have both covers, so I'm gonna have both things in there. Look at that cable. That cable up there. Crazy.
Oh, yes. That's cool. Seeing an Overdraw cable.
Yeah. I don't know if I and this is
You know what would be the sneakiest thing to do if I ever wrote a cable comic? And by the way, I have a cable thing in my head. I would try to get a Walt Simonson cover because I think that would be
mm,
it's kind of a jerk move because I don't think Simonson has ever drawn cable. Let me know. I'll have to look that up. It'd be almost
I
a favor to Liefeld. Like, hey, look, here's Simonson drawing cable. I know Walter
yeah.
Simonson doesn't like you
Uh,
because you screwed over his wife, although technically you didn't. They were going to
right.
get rid of her regardless, and she
Right,
ended
right,
up on
right.
Death of Superman, which was super generous towards her.
Hmm.
Like, there
Yeah.
was no reason for her to ever be mad at Liefeld.
Does Simonson live in like North Jersey?
I
Is that
feel like he's in the Northeast somewhere.
okay? Because I feel like because I ran into I think I told you this, I was at Cranberry, which was Dr. Wonder's comic shop, and I was shopping in there. I was looking at stuff, and then the younger woman that was there, she was talking to one of the clerks, and it's like, "Oh my, I know the Simonsons. They were over my house. My dad had letters for them." And I'm like, "What?" It was like
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Workman's daughter, and I'm like, "Oh my God, dude. Like, can I
They're-
hang out? Can I go
And
over your house? You know what I mean? Like,
and if you know Mark, Mark's like almost as excited to meet Workman as he would be to meet the Simonsons.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like,
I met them
like it's
both, but
just
still, yeah,
yeah,
that's like."
we've met them both.
That's crazy. So, but it's funny, like going through like this was. I think I might have a Gen 13 one, but like what was funny is like, this had a bag and board. It was like $35 in the cover. I'm like, it's a dollar. You know what I mean? Like so
It's
that
a
was
dollar.
fun. Perfect copy, Gen 13. This
He
was going in a
lost.
Capullo.
I think he lost 300,000 or 400,000 copies, having to resolicit it from Gen X to Gen 13.
Oh, so there are Gen X copies.
No. Lost it, meaning like in sales. Like Gen X
Oh,
got
right.
solicited. It was like 500,000, 600,000 copies. Gen 13 gets solicited, 175,000 copies.
Well, yeah, but like it became a hot book, so it may not have done that if it was Gen X. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite Capullo stuff. It's like it's after uh Ex Executioner's Song, but
Okay.
it's before Spawn, right? It's before it turned
Yes,
McFarlane. You
that's
know, that
exactly
this
right.
is my favorite kind,
No,
Weapon
it's
Prime.
bouncy, it's fun, it's the right amount of detail. The storytelling is great,
Look at
and
that. Look at that Deadpool. Oh,
there's not garbage filled alleys.
that's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's your
Who?
early Campbell, And then I forgot this comes with the like we don't want this. You know what I mean? I don't think she ever wore that. I don't even think that what's her name ever wore that
Jubilee,
costume.
Jubilee. Haha. Freudian
Jubilee.
slip. Free fall.
Free fall. My God. Yeah, so I got this mainly for the Churchill. Well, what's funny is I have a Joe Casey run because of the Joe Phillips stuff that's in there, and even the Chuck Austin stuff. Um, so
Sean Phillips.
I'm going backwards. Yeah, Sean Phillips. So I'm going backwards there. I don't have a copy of Before Watchmen. I think I had at one point. I think I almost bought the hardcover. They had like they did like an omnibus, and you used to be able to find it kind of cheap, and now you can't, not anymore. But I need
Uh,
to just kind of fill in my Darwin Cook collection. But here's your who inked
I
Mark
I
Morales
really
inked the Churchill.
I really enjoyed Before Watchmen. I know it's heresy, but some of those books are just fantastic. Len Wein and Jay Lee, Ozymandias is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Darwin Cook stuff on that, and Silk Spectre is great. Straczynski and Adam Hughes on Doctor Manhattan is
The Dr.
great.
Manhattan book was surprisingly good. Yeah, that was surprising. That's probably the best uh Straczynski
Well,
ever.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah. Um, Probably the biggest
Probably.
letdown was probably Azzarello and Lee Bermejo on
Yeah.
Rorschach. Not that it was bad; it was just the least best book.
It kept contradicting stuff over and over again though. It contradicted like stuff that was like can't like it just kept moving stuff around, they kept changing stuff and I'm like this doesn't feel right. Yeah.
No,
Not great. I just got it because I thought the cover was pretty dope. Like, I also, when I was going through the cover, I was like, I don't know any of this stuff. Like, I feel like, well, that was a Bizarro, I guess. Or this, like, who was this? I feel like I kind of read some of this around that time.
I
You know,
read
yeah, you
all of
got
this,
your
and I
Zod. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't remember if this run was any good. I feel like it did pretty
No,
well at the time.
there were parts of it that were really good. I just don't
Tony S.
remember it.
Daniel. Tony S. Daniel.
Tony S.
So it's funny, like
The S is for Superman,
Tony Daniel went a certain way because he did what? He did uh Gambit and the Externals,
right?
right? And then he
And
left
well, he
Blood
did X
Feud,
Force.
X
He did X
Force,
Force. That's where we kind of took notice of him. And
Antonio
Tony,
Daniel.
so he went to X Force to Gambit and Externals, and then he went and did Spawn Blood Feud, and then took over Spawn with Greg Capullo to try to do a bi-weekly thing.
Yeah, which was pretty successful. That was when I was a
It was
freshman
pretty
in
successful.
college.
And then
Um,
he left for the 10th, right? That's when he created the 10th,
yeah, yep.
which is kind of good. I remember liking it.
The
I
first
think
10th
he
miniseries is pretty good. Then it goes into an ongoing, which gets too long, and then it turns to Adrenaline
Adrenaline has a mini series drawn by Martin Egland, right? From
or in
Aquaman.
England. Yeah.
Egland.
Yep.
That looks really good. Remember that was I got picked up for a movie, Adrenaline,
Mhm.
with Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci was attached to that for a while. And then he did another book that didn't quite like there was a point where like when American Entertainment and like right before Dynamic Forces, when like remember you get like variant covers at Tower Records and
Mhm.
Tomb Raider was real big, and I think he left the 10th to start F5, which was like his Danger Girl style book.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
don't think it got past a couple of issues.
Yeah, I think maybe one mini. Yeah.
And then what? Did he just go to Marvel DC after that?
I don't know. I think then, but what's funny is then he started writing. I think after this, he was then he did detective. And he was writing it. It was surprisingly good. Remember
Well,
that was the
he
B
did
book.
detective. He did detective right out of the gate, right?
The detective opposite of was it Snyder?
Snyder and Capullo,
Yeah,
because he's the one who actually had Joker remove his face.
right.
Like he did that.
Yeah,
That was in Detective.
gross.
It was gross, but
Good.
very cool at the time, and
Yeah,
something
it's
Joker
good.
would do. So
Got
yeah, I mean, this is a cool book. I forgot
got
Charles
Bat on
Soule actually had
inks.
written it.
Bat. You got Matt Banning on inks. Yeah, that's fun. I think I already have this Avengers issue, but I got to get it for my Alan
Alan
Davis
Davis box.
collection. Here's some Diodato beautifulness. This I do feel that Loeb's run was pretty good. I feel like there's something in this too. Is this first Artemis or something? I feel like this is kind of a key book. Or I feel like there's something in there. It might have been
First
first or
off,
second Artemis.
how smart was it to get Brian Bolland to do Wonder Woman covers? Like
Yeah,
genius. And this Diodato stuff inside is beautiful.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Um, and William Master Loebs was a really good writer. Like he did not want to write the Max, but Sam Keith like begged him.
Right. Well, he needed someone to just kind of pull it together. These are like 7 years apart. It's kind of crazy. Like I just wanted to get a new Avengers with uh a different artist doing Sentry, right? And it was funny, like you couldn't find Sentry stuff near that movie, near Thunderbolts. Now it's kind of all back in the bins. I've never read the Wonder Woman stuff that was done, so
It's
that's
okay.
I
I
don't
recall
like
liking
this
it.
costume. Now this
I mean, it's.
costume is fucking
I mean, yeah.
punishing. As a
You don't cover
punishing
up.
costume.
Don't cover up Wonder Woman.
That's a lot of
And
fucking costume, dude. Considering like this is what we're used to. That
yes,
like that's what we're used to. Even just a regular, just I don't know, no good. I may have this Franco Villa issue, but like, come on, man. Like it's hard to not want to grab that. This is such a dark fucking story. That's the funny thing is that people talk about this story all the time. They talk about Black Mirror and all they do is talk about Jock. And I'm
yeah.
like,
They forget. They forget.
this
Like
is the
this
better
was a
part of it. This was the scarier part of it. You know? Really,
yeah.
really great.
Because you
Uh
can't. What do you do with a kid when your kid's messed up? What do you do?
yeah, this was who was this the Rick Veitch Aquaman and then he left?
And then it went to fight for Gleason. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah. So
think.
this is
Yeah,
the this is the
because
first
he's
fight
got
for Gleason.
the water hand.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, so this is the first fight for Gleason. This is Sub Diego with San Diego's underwater, Zoo's underwater. Pretty gruesome. But
Oh,
this is
poor
the first
panda.
Gleason coming up into his own. I think he was in the
Yeah.
same studio with Doug Mahnke, who I
I
have some
mean,
Doug Mahnke stuff
I
coming
mean,
up.
look at this. Look at this page. It just looks like Doug Monkey.
Yeah. By the way, this is all so the way this is, if anyone knows if has seen any of these haul videos, this is the way my collection runs. This is alphabetical by artist. Okay. So now we're in
There was
the
Gleason.
Gleason section.
I did like the Gleason art in this, and
Oh
one of
yeah.
the girls. What happens is, so part of California sinks into the ocean, but some people survive, and they're like the new Atlanteans. And I remember him drawing one girl like kind of hot all the time, and guess it was like an Aquaman love interest until like I think Mara shows up. It's good. I like this stuff.
Mara ruins everything.
She
Uh
does. She shows up, shits in his bed. Like what a jerk.
Now this is the second time James Harren comes back to this, but this is the character he created that was I remember that when he did his Wendigo, I'm like, this is the scariest fucking thing ever.
It is
I
scary.
in my brain,
It's like
I got to find the first appearance because that's where I just remember this straight, like where he's in the snow, like galloping, like come, and you're like, fucking shit, like it was so scary. And I remember when, if you remember, I mean, listen, we've been friends for fucking ever. When they started doing the BPRD series and it was Ryan Sook, I'm like, okay, you got a guy who draws like you got a guy who draws just like Magnola, so that's good. And then they were like Guy Davis. I'm like, fuck no. I was mad right away. And then by like one issue, two issues, I'm like, okay, got it, gotcha. You know what I mean? Like I see.
gotcha. He brings the horror.
But yeah, I mean, you have I mean, geez, God, you had such a good stable. It was yeah, it was Guy Davis to James Harren to Lawrence Campbell. Those are kind of the main. Those are the main three. There's a lot of people, but here you got a Fagrito cover. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Dino Riders coming. Look at that. Scary.
Are they?
Dino Riders. This is all Kelly Jones. Again, we need this like our Kelly Jones interview that we knock on wood, hopefully are eventually going to do. I just want to focus on like how did you do toy books like over and you did Air Raiders. You did fucking Dino Riders. Like how did this were you just that
Because
guy?
he's just because he was young and that paid the bill. Marvel need to get these comics out too.
Yeah, but like
And
these
they
are
say, hey,
fucking good. They're
yeah,
dope.
well, like Scott Lobdell says, when I wrote a Shamrock story for Marvel Comic Presents, that was the best Shamrock story I could have ever written.
It's the
You
best
don't,
Shamrock story.
yes. So when you're drawing for Marvel, anything you get, you got to show them that you're the best.
Is
Otherwise, you
this
won't get
just
to do.
Avatar? Right? It's just.
Yeah, I guess a little bit, yeah.
Avatar, baby.
Fire and
Um,
ash, fire and ass,
Here we
fire
go,
and
Marvel
ass.
X-Men. This is why, dude, everything's a dollar. Like I shouldn't be able to get this like Marvel X-Men collection. I feel like when I sold my 3 issues for like $40 or something like that. I shouldn't be able to get these eventually back in like less than a year. Anyway,
The problem with this comic series is that the ratio to card art to comic art isn't perfect.
no.
So you actually lose part of the card art in the comic. Is that crazy?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But I don't care because
I know. What you're missing out on is Gideon's lower thigh, or you know what I mean?
yeah. To
Part of
me,
Rogue.
yeah, it's weird. They probably could have bordered it a certain way and it would have worked. But like to me, I don't
Yes.
care because like I want to
Correct.
see it a little bit because this is so the card art's smaller, right? So that shrunk, but this is
But it's wider.
two up, three up, at
A,
least two up.
a card art typically is drawn on a quarter of the size of a piece of original art. I know this because Brian just drew a card art for the Maniacs, which is a card that we will have in New York. Come see us. Get a promo card for my comic.
Promo card.
Um, Promo card. So yeah, so it's a little wider. See, this is cool that they made. This was a card puzzle that they put as a
Yeah.
poster. That was a good move.
Yeah, so that's fun. I mean, again, everything's a dollar, bro. And then
Now, what's funny is they did go and make a little hardcover of the whole Jim Lee X Men card
yeah.
set,
Hmm.
which is cool. They should have followed up with the second set because the second set has Adam Kubert, Andy Kubert, Brandon Peterson, like
Right.
Joe Mad. Like the second series is a lot of fun. Or T Bear.
Right. Right.
But also Marvel went and recolored. Did they recolor all of them? Did they get to all 100 cards? Because Marvel went back and started recoloring them, the Jim Lee X Men cards, and called them hidden gem variants.
Oh, I don't
So
know.
they got through. I know there's at least a solid 20 or 30 that they did. I don't know if they. Yeah, I don't think they
Yeah.
got through all 100.
Yeah, that's gross. I hate those. I don't like those. I think that's tacky. That's tacky
Hidden
shit.
what? Hidden gem.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. If you're recoloring it, I get it. If people, but there could be a market for it. Look how much we love uh, Liefeld's colorist when he recolors the Umbla covers. We're like, yeah,
Right.
keep giving us that stuff. So sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not. Depends on the level of skill of the colorist. And Marvel doesn't care as much. Like Liefeld cares, so he's going to hire the best. Marvel's like, hey,
Right.
intern, go recolor this, and then we're like, good, that looks
Yeah,
bad.
I don't know who recolored that Cable cover, but that's boss. That fucking Cable JRJR cover. I don't think that was technically
That,
hidden gem. It was just a variant, I guess. But I want to get a poster of that fucking thing. That thing's dope.
yeah.
That recoloring's the best.
So
So what I like about this specific Wildcats issue is I feel like this is him going back to Jim Lee doing, and I almost wish Chris Claremont like stayed on. I don't even know if this was any good. I just felt like it had a certain structure to it that
I
was
have
good.
to reread it because I have not reread. I went back and reread the Wildcats miniseries. I went back
Mm,
and reread James Robinson's run. I went back and reread Alan Moore's run,
James
of course.
Robinson runs shit. That's
But I've
fucking
never gone
great.
back and read the Huntsman run.
There's
So
a couple angles here like that. This angle is Jim Lee. It's not Jim Lee trying to rip off J. Scott Campbell. It's like him just a little bit more. And then I think this next panel with her standing up. I took it out of portrait mode because I kept taking pictures I wasn't realizing because what I wanted to focus on was this drawing and because I took a picture of it in portrait mode by accident,
yeah.
like you can't see it. But
So
this was
look,
good looking
go on.
though. Like
Looking at
I
this
just like the
book,
way how she's stand. Like I feel like that's a newish. It's what I know. This is very traditional, but then I have a little bit extra here, and it's great. You know,
yeah. Does Claremont make Jim Lee bring a little bit more? Does it make him work on a storytelling more? But does it make the pinups less so?
right,
Interesting stuff. And what's funny is he went on to bring the Huts. He went on to write a couple issues of Cyberforce, and he brought the Huntsman along with him. Now, people who are old heads like us, when Image was first announced, Portaccio was going to do a Huntsman book with Chris Claremont. That was
right,
before Portaccio decided to do Wetworks. So it was always like in my head of like, what would that book have been like?
right. It's
I'm
funny
so
that well, I guess it because the publishing schedule was so weird for Portaccio with Wetworks. Like, yeah, it sucks that we never got like like a trilogy, a Huntsman trilogy where was in Wetworks too. You know what I mean?
that
Like
would have
that
been
would have been
that would have
cool.
been great. I
Yeah,
was literally just thinking that. Like that would
yeah,
have
yeah,
been a
yeah.
great. That would have been the best.
You set it up. You set it up
Um,
to go into my brain. Um, I'm filling in my young bloods. I'm filling in my major X's. Actually, I have a complete major X now. I think that's right. But
yep.
the Zero is
But
fun. Zero is pretty funny actually, because Zero is first off, it's like that $5 book. It's like it's like 80 and 90 pages. It's gigantic. It's really
Yes.
heavy. But the Youngblood's a fun Roger Cruz, really cool looking. I never read this. Was the first issue was that
Of
Dan Fraga? Fraga Boom?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. The first issue of Shadow Hunt was
Shadow Hunt,
Fragaboom.
which was Extreme's Shadowline crossover, or
I think Jim
mainly
Valentino
just
was
let him.
coming to work at Extreme. He wanted to
Oh, I
kind of
see.
head it. He was going to try to head it up and organize everything. He was going to try to run Extreme a little bit better, kind of like a precursor to him taking over Image.
Right. And then
So,
so Major X Zero is basically a framing sequence to reprint other Wolverine issues, right? It was like two
right.
Wolverine issues
Well,
with Wolverine.
Wolverine issues that were out of print completely when this book came out.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Wolverine comics that are worth like $150.
Right.
These are
And
super rare because
I sold
they're
mine. It sucks because I sold mine and they didn't go very high. I was like, shit. Like,
when did you sell it? I
I
guess it's
saw it
all about
before
money.
I saw it before the Deadpool Wolverine,
All right.
but it should have went higher. I should have. It's fine.
You should
But
start. You always got to start. You always got to start things at the lowest amount that you'll take. This way, you're never disappointed.
yeah.
eBay hint, everyone.
Frag boom. Um, so yeah, so you got your sketch book. Now this is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Was this supposed to be
Shatterstar.
Shatterstar?
Yeah, that is Shatterstar. Definitely drawn there.
Whoa, what's happening?
The story changed.
What's happening here? What's happening? But better than this to me. Also, yeah, I got a second print number five because I grabbed two number fives. I was like, oh, I wasn't going to grab the second print number five, but I thought the cover was really dope. So that's your main cover.
It is. I love that alternate timeline Beast. I love Beast looking different.
Yeah. And then Cable looking like crazy right here.
That is, yeah.
That is crazy looking, man. That is crazy. But is that
Major X
Roman? So who's the colorist? Is it Roman
was it
Fajardo
Rom?
Jr.?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah,
Ramen.
really good colors.
Yeah, just fun, just like really fun. And when I wanted to ask you this because I was like, is this the Cable he was going to do when they were did the Love and Chrome? Well, they were like, oh, we already have a Cable miniseries in play. There was supposed to be like another Cable series that
Wow,
Liza was maybe going to
that
do.
that that book at the very least was going to it was be about Cable going back to the '60s X-Men and giving Professor X the technology to make the Danger Room because
Hmm.
that's an opening that's never quite like there's no reason the Danger Room should exist unless Tony Stark created it.
Oh,
You
I see.
know,
Okay.
like there's
Yeah.
so he saw that opening and thought it'd be a cool spot. Or at least that's what the first
Do
issue
it.
was going to be about.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
Do it, Abrams books.
Yeah,
No, I don't want to see Liefeld not draw Youngblood.
yeah, I'm filling in my Joe Mad run. You can get a complete run. I got some of the harder issues recently. You saw the issues I got recently. I'm like, can you believe I got this for $1? Like I got the harder issues now. I'm kind of just doing it a fill in, but these were really fun. Great Wolverine, great, just
Tim Townsend
mesh
doing Joe
shirt,
Mad. The mesh
great.
shirt. That's hilarious.
And then this Battle Chasers it sucked because there was two different ones that were there. There were two Battle Chasers two. Where are we? There was, but this one was fucked up. Like when it came out of the bagging board, I'm like, oh boy, like there's a lot of damage on this, but whatever. Interiors look dope, and look at those boobies. Great.
Dude, that's what was great about Red Monica.
Look at that. That's insane. That's very, very anime. So this X-Men Unlimited was kind of interesting. Because that's a Jim Mahfood story, which I don't think I've ever read.
Oh,
I
that's
don't think I
right.
read this at all. Um, it's just yeah, it's pretty cool. But
This is
story by
this is the
Andy
Jim
Watson.
Mahfood. This is the Jim Mahfood that I really liked
Yeah,
before he went a little nuts. Like his Generation X special is great. His
yeah.
Clerks book's good. Like this is the time where I really like this stuff.
Now it's probably almost like the same layouts, but he draws like Bill Sienkiewicz. It's all like really skinny, thin lines.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
weird. I
it's
don't love it. It's not. I mean,
uh,
again, hey, you do what you want. Here's goes into my McNiven, wonderful,
it
just
is, dude. Look at that.
insane.
These books, and again, you'll have Joe Mad. Joe Mad had an Inhuman book the same time McNiven had an Inhuman book,
I need to read that
and
whole thing. I feel like I read the Inhumanity miniseries that Mad did, and I never went past it. But I keep finding bits and pieces of it that look kind of good,
it is kind
um,
of good.
which we'll get to. Here's a Mankey trifecta. Okay, that is kind of gross looking. I do love, like, I have this figure. I have a Frankenstein downstairs. Um, But look at how good the design. This design is insane. This is his. N there's no other appearance by anyone else from Seven Soldiers. Yeah, like from the like no Bulletier, like no, like from the Morrison. Like there after that.
Well, Clara and the Witch Boy shows up from time to time.
Yeah.
Um, that Guardian was used somewhere. I think Mark Waid even referenced them in the New
Okay.
History of the DC Universe. That Guardian.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Uh, Bulletier never showed up, which is crazy because people really liked that. But of course, that was Yannick Paquette,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it looked just ridiculously gorgeous.
Yeah, and the bookends were J.H. Williams III. So, but this Frankenstein miniseries is super fun. And then the Bride showing up in issue two and like the second issue, like
Yeah,
really great and pretty much the same designs that they just put right in the Creature Commandos. You know, like the TV show, the cartoon. That Bride's really really great. I also just it's I think my favorite Frankenstein thing ever is when Damien dies, and there's like a 10 issue who is it? It's Tomasi, and
yes,
it's just him being completely fucked up. Like he has like Frankenstein like on an operating table, and Batman's like taking Frankenstein apart, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy. And then remember he took Jason Todd to like where he was murdered, and he's like, do you know? Like, trying
yeah.
to like kind of get to him to talk about like, how do you think you got? How do you think this happened? Like, how you came back to life? Like how do I bring my kid to life? Like, it was unhinged, insane Batman. He teamed up with Two Face. Remember, it was like it was all and it was great. It was
Oh
all
no, it
Gleason.
was great. It was all him. Any way he could bring his son back to life, he was going to try it. Whether it was science, magic, whatever,
But it's
he
cool
was
they're all in
doing
the
it.
Rolodex. Like it's like, oh, I gotta draw Frankenstein. Okay, Doug Mankey, you busy? You know what I mean? Because I think he did the issue of Batman and Frankenstein.
You
Like, you
know,
know.
I don't know if you notice it. Go back page. The image of Superman slightly floating, leveraged kind of right, where he's not really putting that much effort into making that crunching that metal into a square,
Mhm.
is phenomenal. Like it's exactly how you would float there to do it. Like I don't know. It's just that Monkey's got a Superman that I just love.
Yeah, like I never read. I think I read one or two issues. Didn't Joe was it Joe Kelly? It's Joe Kelly and him
Yeah.
did JLA.
Yes.
Then they had like Batman and Wonder Woman hooking up and stuff in that ish, right around that area, I believe.
I don't know if they hooked up, but I think there was definitely something there. But then there was also a scene with like Wonder Woman and Aquaman that was like kind of funny. Who
Yeah,
knows?
do it. Get it. Get some. It's funny like looking between this and this. I'm not sure who colored the Superman ones, but this I believe is Alejandro Sanchez doing the colors on. Let me see.
Who we enjoy.
Yeah, this would have been Will Quintana on this stuff here, and then no, Dave Barron on this. Mendoza, same inks, same inker for Doug Mankey on both. But this that series is fun, man. That Off World series is really fun. It would be nice if they did like
Yes,
a
it would be great.
if they did some type of like deluxe edition. I don't think they did. I think they just put out like a regular meh trade. Meh,
Yeah, they'll
meh.
do something eventually. What was it? It was only 6 issues.
Yeah. So this is kind of funny. Like I didn't mean to put this together like this, but Magnolia used to draw Hulk, like you know, like not on purpose. But there's a couple things serendipitously are on the same cover a little bit. Now, what's messy about this? So this is that this Sir Edward Grey one shot is like really strange because it bridges the gap between I forget what exact series. It might have been Hellboy from Hell and like Kolshay the Deathless. It was like but it's important. Like it's a very important book, like in the chronology. It's really weird, like how they're going to do that. Oh, I didn't even know this. Did you see that there's like another new like not Bowling for Corpses, but there's like another Mignola book coming out that's like 150 pages. It's like the
What?
same type of thing.
Did you
Soon.
read Bowling for Corpses?
No, I read no.
It's so
Like
good, dude. I mean,
yeah,
it's fun to read in pieces. Like don't just sit down there and read it all.
yeah, I think I was mad at it, like because I want it in separate spots, but um, I dislike the Peter David run with McFarlane. I like Peter David on Hulk later, but it's like this is the worst McFarlane. Like it sucks. I hate Jim Sanders. I didn't mean to,
He
but
gives them nothing to really draw.
it's just
Um,
it's the most like you know what it is. It's the most like Jim Shootery type of shit. that Marvel stuff that I
Well,
disliked.
well, that's why McFarlane had to take a plot and literally rip it into 2 issues of Hulk because Peter David wasn't giving him anything.
Yeah.
The more you go through the Peter David run with McFarlane, the better he gets issue to issue, and he does get better, especially when he starts trying to ink a little bit by himself, or at least choosing the right inkers.
Well,
What's funny
yeah.
about this book is, and I have it to show you, there's an advertisement for this comic of a cover that McFarlane drew that they ended up not using.
Mm.
There's
We
a
love it.
McFarlane. We do. There's a McFarlane
Yeah.
ad that should have been the cover. So
Yeah.
we got well, who did the cover? Was it like Bob McLeod or somebody? I kind of forget.
It's probably no, it's probably like Steve Geiger or some shit. That's right. Yeah, Steve Geiger, McLeod inks. Boom,
McLeod
did
inks.
it.
Okay,
We
we
comboed it.
did it. We did it again.
Geiger. Come on. I think Geiger did the issue of Dino Riders. I was like, what? Like, why? Get out of there. Get out of there. He did Sectars covers. He actually drew some Sectars. He's actually a good artist. I can't bitch about Geiger.
No, but we went back and bought this because we were McFarlane fans looking for everything he had ever
Yeah.
drawn.
But see, look, when I saw this and I'm like, oh, dude, you're on the phone? Come on.
It's a whole page of being on the phone.
So I went through it, and these are just random issues I've gotten relatively recently. But look how, like, if you're going to have a team, all these fucking characters in this, man.
Yeah,
This was like 3 or 4 years earlier. I know it was like Tony Disney Inks, but like the fucking like dynamic layouts of this shit is just
yeah. They're just look at the
unfucking
multiple.
real.
Yeah,
It's
McFarlane
unfucking
brought
real.
a lot to this book, and they let him do covers. Yeah, Mark, was
Yeah,
his
right
what was his
away.
first cover? What was his first cover to Hulk? Don't tell
It
me it
was
was
towards the end.
340.
It was very much towards the end.
What issue was Man
Uh,
Bull?
that I think is great. I think it's Man Bull,
Yeah, I think Man
which
Bull's
is
the first
colored like
cover.
shit. Like again,
It is, dude.
everything about that fucking that run makes me insane. Like look at this, like
Yeah,
this, like look at this. And here's your Spider-Man. This is only like a year and a half after the Hulk issue we just looked at. It's like a year and a half after, right? There it is.
that's
There's the
everything.
phone.
There's
There's
your
your
phone
fucking
cords.
phone. There's your phone cords. That's a fucking staple and a
You
half.
wouldn't do those panels today. You can't
Nobody's
do
doing
phone
that
cords
shit.
today. No, not
I
if
know,
he's
but
injured.
it's just fun. And then I even thought of this, like, look, he did have like the redheads with the hair. Like, look, it was just like, here we go, redhead with the hair.
Which one do I prefer?
But yeah, exactly. But like, look at this. Like, look at how much personality like these characters have. This almost looks like a most Portaccio drawing, right? It doesn't even look like a McFarlane drawing.
Yeah,
Um, but everyone, every panel is fucking excite everything like killer. Look at this. Just fucking boring. It's
yeah.
like it sucks. I just hate it.
It's no, it doesn't suck. It's just
It's again
it,
undynamic. This could be anybody. This could be anybody. No
I mean,
good.
he's trying. He's trying here, but like maybe Sanders is holding him back on the inks, and
I got this one for JBM, John Boy Myers.
we like
Just
John Boy Myers.
I do
Yo,
like this.
that go back to that cover. Doesn't it look a little John Cleary-ish, like Medusa? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's kind of
Listen,
funny. It's something
it's
there.
it's exciting. Like I feel like again, and he only did maybe 3 issues of Royals. This was the time when basically they canceled all the X books, right? This is when they just wiped everything out. It was X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah. So they just wiped them all out because they had Fox properties. So I got that for the JBM, the John Boy Myers. Look at how fun that
Do you
looks.
think I was looking at some of these panels, and I remember thinking back then that he was just drawing them separately and just putting the pages together. There's
It
something
Well, yeah, but you know
it
why? Because he
crosses
has
my
like this like
mind.
outline, because that's a very I mean, back then it probably would have been harder because I don't think there was really like that much like Photoshop and stuff like that. But
Back when?
this,
Back no, I'm talking about this issue.
yeah, yeah. But I feel
Yeah.
like, oh, you might be right. But like, because this is even the
Not
picture
every
here.
page. There's just some pages that I
But
just kind of felt
Medusa
that way.
here is also the same exact panel in the next panel. Like it was her by herself. So you're right. Like
All right.
it's cropped out, but that's correct.
But we do love John Boy Myers. There's something about that John Boy Myers, Ali Garza,
Yeah,
you know,
Carlos de and
yeah, Javon Kirby, aka JJ Kirby.
yeah,
Like they all had a really cool style that,
yeah,
I don't know. I guess I just want to see more of those guys. But
yeah.
I like this book. It
Super
looked good.
dope. I got this this Golden Age like one shot, and it just made me sad because I don't care about like the stuff he's working on in Ghost Machine. I haven't been able to attach to anything really besides Junkyard Joe. Like that's about it. but everything else I can't really do. But I got this from
Yeah.
my Ordway collection. Technically, Ordway did a ton of uh, the early Justice Society stuff, and it's just kind of almost like
Yeah.
it's Infinity Incorporated, there's Ulster Squadron, so it's really great. But this was I didn't even know this was
Oh
I
yeah, I
forgot
forgot
this
about
was in
that.
there. So look, so
Yeah.
here we got a ton of who's who in the exact same style of all these like lost characters that was a pretty which some of these were real straight up characters. Like these were character look it even says it there. It says military comics like number 6, number 7, Cherry Bomb,
Uh,
police comics number 25.
some of those are made up, Mark.
Are they? Okay.
Yes,
Some of them might
because
not be.
you
Well,
know what?
okay.
There's probably a website that does it.
Yeah. Well, there is. It's a Grand Comics database, but like, but just like but you had this
Wait,
concept,
wait,
and
like John Henry Jr. Go to John Henry Jr. What's his comic?
John Henry Irons, DC New Frontier 6. So technically,
So
that's a
that's
Darwin Cook, but he's placing it into New Frontier.
yeah,
So that's
okay.
actually
But
kind of a combination of a new old.
yes.
That's cool though. But see, like this is the kind of stuff. This is what Jeff Johns was good at, man. This was fucking it.
Yes. I
And
hate to say it,
they were gonna do it.
superhero stuff.
Superhero stuff.
I don't want to limit people, but what's better, Jeff Johns, Blackest Night or Olympus? You know, uh,
Right.
Green Lantern Rebirth or oh, I forgot his Wild Storm. He did a cliffhanger book, didn't he? It was like being possessed.
Oh yeah,
No,
I can't think of that at all. I think you're right. I think it's called possessor possession. Um, so you're saying that the boom never happened, Judy Garrick never happened?
oh yeah, what's her? I know for a fact she didn't happen.
Flash
Flash
10
Comics. Yeah, she's not a Flash Comics number 10. I
or
guarantee it.
yeah, you're probably right. That's okay.
No,
Red
but it's because
Lantern. Look at that
yep,
Brando.
you know for a fact that didn't happen.
I do know that.
What's his
That's
first
okay.
appearance?
Uh, Green Lantern number 1.
Right. Guess what? He's not. I Dollars to Donuts. He's not in that.
This technically is well, yeah. Oh, they're right. This would be a fake comic because this would be a 1941 version of Mr. Miracle, and there's only 1974 Mr. Miracle number 1.
Correct. Correct.
All right, I get it. I
And
see what you're doing there, Ra. I see what's going on.
listen,
Cool. Play fair. Just like fun, like his name is anyway. I gotta say on the Witch Girl. I don't remember. See, I don't. Did this ever pay off?
yes, but
I
I
don't know.
forget.
I don't
I
know.
know because see the potential of his JSA book was through the roof because it was like Legions of the Future. Here's a JSA of the future that's in the same timeline as the Legion of Superheroes. That's awesome. Give me that stuff. Here's the JSA from 20 years from now.
Right,
Super amount of potential. None of it realized. The book was constantly late, whether it was Jeff Johns or the artist's fault. Probably a combination of both,
right.
but more probably Jeff Johns. Him trying to get Ghost Machine off. Trying to get Ghost Machine off. That's what you got to do.
Got to get him off. Got to keep pulling on it. Coup d'etat afterward. I bought this for my Sean Phillips collection, and then I went through the well, we'll get to it, but this was such a bad book. This book sucked
Coup
because
d'etat?
it's 5 issues. Well, the whole series was not very good, but
No.
the
But we really wanted it to be. What were the other coup? Was it Authority?
Authority, Wildcats, Sleeper, because Jim Lee drew the Sleeper
Yes.
issue.
Who wrote? Was it Brubaker? Who wrote the whole
Brubaker,
thing?
sure. No, Brubaker wrote that. Everyone wrote like it was all because Carrie wrote the Wetworks, I think, copy, and then this was Wetworks. This is springboarding into Wetworks Volume 2. Okay, so you got your Pistachio up front. You have a bunch of stuff in there. Stormwatch either flipped or already
Now look at that
was
Jason
in.
Pearson, dude.
Yeah, that's really fun. Art and colors.
Team Achilles.
Um,
Wait a minute. Oh, was that the guy who got ousted from comics because he lied about being in the military?
um,
The answer is yes.
it says to Mark. I wonder. I guess I should look through that because it says Mark Teixeira did some of that. Coker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I think I know you're right. I forget the guy's name. Was that CP Smith? Does that sound right?
I don't recall.
But
It don't.
they have a bunch of entries in the middle of this, which is weird. But and Mankey did do an issue. He did a Team
He did.
7 Volume 3. Does that sound right?
Hmm,
Team
maybe
7
one
2 is
issue.
Team 7 2 is Team
He
7
did.
1
What did he? Did he
is
do? He
Aaron
did
Wiesenfeld.
Stormwatch. Did it? Monkey do Stormwatch PhD?
That might be right.
He
Yeah.
did his own Stormwatch series after Stormwatch. After that Stormwatch.
Meh.
Yeah.
Um, This is like his Major Bummer type of style. It's a little
Yeah.
more personality in
He
that.
had done Major Bummer by this point.
But this was Sleeper Prelude, season two Prelude. It's like 5 pages. But I wanted to look at my omnibus to see if it was in there, and it is, you know. But it was hard because I couldn't figure out because where they placed it in the hardcover, it wasn't. It was after season two, issue number one. So I'm looking through this. I'm like, this is not even reprinted. I was getting all excited, and then I
Ah,
then I found it, and I'm like,
okay.
okay, all right, it's in there, and that's what I want. I want it in there.
That doesn't excite me. It excites you that you want something new, but it pisses you off to not be
Not be right.
collected.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I need it. That's okay. And just to listen. And what was also funny was like this was the JLA number one was in like a bag and it said like $15. I'm like $1. You know what I mean? Like that's what I
Yeah,
mean. It's like I'm not going to go out of my way to go buy this for more than $1, right? But I'll buy it for $1. I'll buy
yeah.
that for $1.
We loved it, dude.
Yeah. So that's a super fun. This was what I was talking about earlier with the combined comics. It's like, dude, like this is not what happened. Like, can you did you plan on it different characters and then like you were never planning on it coming together? You know, you could see where it can easily come. Like if you have a little bit of Devil Dinosaur coming through, that's okay. You know, but what's crazy about this? I don't think I read this when this came out, but it's
I did.
Ramos.
I did. It's okay.
But the back had a ton of
Oh
like
yeah, the
character
Ed McGuinness designs,
designs.
dude. Aren't they
Oh
great?
my God, dude! Like this is just in the back of a book that's not even. It's
Dude, it's
not
like
Hulk.
if you want your characters to look like Hulks, Ed
What?
McGuinness is your man. I mean, he.
Look, I really liked what was the other? Well, Fear itself, I thought was way underrated. I think Fear itself, everyone shit on. Fear itself, I thought was pretty good because you had all the regular characters become as guardians, and they all had like crazy powers and shit. And it was designed it's not dissimilar to this, you know, where they were all like super powered up, like you know. So I don't know, not too bad. I got your Silvestri, so my this is from my Silvestri collection.
Ugh,
Uh,
look at that horrible UPC symbol. This is at a point where I'm like, can't we just put them on the back or somewhere else?
yeah, or smaller, or sideways,
Smaller.
or you know.
A UPC. It doesn't have to be like 3 millimeters big to get a scan. So just put that like up the spine. Like take it away from the art.
Yeah. Oh, good. I don't remember this like at all. There's Conan. Basically, he's wearing like a Conan necklace, and so it's
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, I get it. I get
Well,
it.
if you're going to get Hulk to look like Conan, you get Sylvester to draw it.
Yeah, who's called Sunny Go? Okay, IFS International. That's not IHOC, right? I don't know what IFS is. What was IHOC? International House of Color.
Yes.
Sylvester with Michael Broussard, pencil assist. Joe Weems, Ricky Bazulda, Sal Regula. A lot of anchors. A lot of anchors.
So
I don't
yeah,
remember this series at all. How long was this series? 20 issues, 15 issues. It wasn't long. It was
it
not a
wasn't
long.
long, and Sylvester was on it even less, like 3 or 6, I forget.
Yeah, not very long, but that's
But
okay.
gorgeous.
I'll take it. I'll take
I
it.
mean, yeah, we'll take more
Here's my
Sylvester.
Greg Smallwood section. All right. This cover, I swore when I looked at it at first, it looks like a Kazada cover. It's not. It's a Ron Garney. Ron Garney. That whole
Wow.
series, that whole The Best Defense was pretty good as a non-event, an event non-event. It was like 5 1 shots and
Hmm.
maybe you know, but this was pretty dope. I mean, again, this is a Greg Smallwood
Yeah,
dope, and then the Marvels.
I like
This
the
was a
Marvels.
this was a really good like dollar find, dude, because like look, you got a Greg Smallwood story, like written, colored, everything, awesome. Then you have a Lee Bermejo. I put this in black and white because it just kind of like make it pop a little bit more. Then a
Okay,
black and white Lee Bermejo Silver Surfer story that he wrote, cool. And then you have a Mitch, because this whole
Heroes.
yeah, no, this is Mitch O'Connell.
Oh, Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell?
Oh,
Mitch
okay.
O'Connell.
Not Mitch
Not
McConnell.
Mitch McConnell, not the turtle. Um and who's that's Archon, right? That's not at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's Killraven. I'm like, nah, it's Archon. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that's okay.
that's Argon. Right, right.
That's all right. It's the
That's
same
okay.
character, basically.
I love that the little like Hulk has a rope tied around his pants for a belt. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and there's Bushman back there. There's Walt.
There's Walt.
Um just like yeah, but like this is great. That's great. Like the colors are just crazy, like pop art. Really, really great. Really great. I forgot this was the thing. I guess I stopped reading at this point. But when I saw this, I was like, oh man, did he ever draw it? I don't think he ever did. I don't think ever Brett Booth ever actually drew the actual issue.
No,
But I think
he should
we
have.
like Ron. We like him now. So I wonder if these are any good. Isn't this the guy that draws Ultimates now? Ultimates 2.0 or 3?
Maybe. Yeah,
Seems right.
that'd be worth checking out.
Seems right. I'm filling in this run. I didn't realize when I got these issues how much how much Patrick Searcher draws the interiors. There's also this was a Butch Geist issue here. These are really good Yasmin Putri covers, which I thought are really good. There's
Yeah.
here's the Butch Geist. This may be the only Butch Geist. Well, I'll get to it. Maybe the only Butch Geist Conan. I don't think
Wow, that's
that.
tragic.
Well, he drew one King Conan. That's right, because I did feature it when he passed. He drew one issue of King Conan, and it was an early style. It was just after. It was right around the Sword and Swashbucklers. However, he also drew. Well, towards the end of this goes to Patch Searcher. I never finished this run, his run with Duggan. But it does make continuity for the Cull Sword here, which I think actually carries into this. I think, unfortunately, this is the only JRJR Conan, which actually that's not true. He drew an Overstreet. I put that in. He drew an
Oh,
Overstreet um, homage of #1 of Conan the Barbarian. Overstreet cover, pretty good.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Man,
terrible. This is
can
an
you imagine
accident.
seeing 80s or 90s? Like, give me 80s or 90s Rita Jr. drawing Conan. That's a book I feel like we missed out on.
This is rough. This is bad.
Yeah,
It's a
it's not
bad
great.
cover.
The Hulk looks good. Hulk Vereen, I mean. Hulk Vereen looks good, and Anti Venom looks good, but that might be more of a strength of the coloring on those two characters. No, they look good regardless. Deathlock's,
Jansen. It just feels like it feels like it's just a missed opportunity.
yeah.
It's a tough one.
Conan almost looks like an afterthought.
Yeah.
He
Legacy
almost looks like he doesn't
29.
fit there.
Legacy 29. This is nothing like canceling a book at 28. Way to go. All right. This issue of Conan 8 is a Gerardo Zaffino. Gerardo Zaffino is a wonderful artist, very frightening and scary. Um, I feel like his dad did. What book was that? Assassin's Guild or the Punisher Assassin's Guild? That was Jorge Safino. I think that's his dad.
Okay,
But that's a really good Punisher graphic novel. And then he also did this pinup last
that's
week.
awesome.
The Savage Steve Costigan and Mike, his
Mike,
dog
it's
Mike.
awesome.
These are just me filling in, again, carefully picking out which Conan books I want. I want to, these cover A's were actually really good. Wonderful Jay Lee. Look at that. Wonderful. And then you got your Patch Searcher 20, this is the only issue I think in the entire run that did this, which would have meant that he had to draw like the corner box, which I think is pretty cool. So that's a lot of work that Dougie Braithwaite is doing, and that this issue actually is like literally a big part of what's going to happen in Scourge of the Serpent stuff. This Pascal Ferry issue, which I remember liking when it came out initially at the time, I don't remember, but I grabbed a Gunfire 1 because I know Gunfire is going to be important in the James Gunn stuff, right? So I'm in by this as like a book, but like I don't think I ever read this. And it is Len Wein. I did think it was funny. I did buy a #1 of 2 issues like a while back. I'm like, oh, #1, and then I'm like, oh, that's actually not the right issue #1 because he was Zero first. Zero. I don't
Who
remember
who
this. I feel like I
who had
remember this
zero
story.
first other than him and Starman? Anyone else have a zero first? What launched out of Zero Hour? Like for
The
us, it's
Book of
always
Fate.
infamously. Oh, Fate, maybe? Yeah, Fate, right?
Yeah, Fate. It was either it might have been the Book of Fate, then it went to Fate, or vice versa. Manhunter, I believe, was a zero with the which is like Vince Girano. That's not right. Did you ever read the Tom Artis Manhunter series? It's pretty good. That's pretty
When's it,
good.
when's it from?
It's from the 80s. It was probably right around like when like Blue Beetle and Blue Devil and shit, like right around.
I definitely looked through it. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Good looking art, dude. Tom Artis,
Yeah.
very underrated. Tom Artis did a origin of Zatanna or Zatara. He did that issue of like Secret Origins. And one of the two, and it's really, really great. Wonderful, wonderful art. But look, this says, all welcome Ed Bennis, brand spanking new penciler.
Yeah, man, look at that, dude.
It was very 90s.
Oh, look
Very
at the 90s.
90s.
The thinner ankles. That's funny. Look at that the chest on this dude. Look at the muscles. Those are so McFarlane Spider-Man muscles underneath. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. L. Lewis
that's
Violas lettering. Great,
oh my God.
strong letter.
It's the McFarlane fist too. And the
Strong
mouth.
letter.
Wow.
Good job. Cool.
It's like a Jim Lee leg, McFarlane face, and I don't know. That was a fun page.
Yeah, I thought about you when I got this because I was like, I don't know if I knew this is not a cover of Spectre, but it's a glow in the dark. It's a glow in the dark trade. $1.
That's crazy. I
One
didn't have
dollar.
that.
No, I got it.
I had all the glow in the dark covers at one point. I had a wall in my little apartment of just glow in the dark covers. I loved it. It was great.
Boom. Now you're married.
Now I'm married.
I'm very single and I have lots of comic books on the walls.
You do. You do.
The most comics on the walls, anyway. Apache Skies. So this by accident was
Oh,
a John
do you get the
Ostrander.
pun? You get the pun there?
No.
Like a patchy, like it's partially cloudy. They sometimes
Oh,
call it
I see.
patchy.
I see. I don't know. It's a John Ostrander twofer. I didn't even mean this one to happen either. Pretty fun, but yeah, glow in the dark. I gotta charge that baby up. Take a look at it
Yeah.
later. But I never read this. I feel like this is Rawhide Kid and probably Two Gun Kid, and but it looks cool. Looks cool. Ostrander, I guess, right around this time was doing like the Kents and stuff. Like I feel like he just did a lot of like Wild West
The
shit pretty bad.
Kents. Did he write Creeps with Mandrake? Their image book?
That's probably right. Yeah, they probably moved around with each other. I feel like I almost get the first appearance of Mr. Terrific by two issues every time I'm out. Same thing with the Rorschach issue of uh of
Question?
of the question, and
Yeah.
almost I got the issue after the Captain Atom one. I feel like I got the issue, but she's in the second issue, like saying goodbye to him or something like that. So which I believe at the time, I think Gaiman was mad about that. But I was at Carrie Bates. I think Carrie Bates talked about it recently, where he tried to talk through the editors to talk to Gaiman, and they said, "Oh, it's no problem." And then Gaiman was pissed off about it. He's like, "I asked to talk to him." Like, so way to go. Anyway, this looks really beautiful. Leonardo Manco.
Yeah.
So I did say that like Jackson Geist never drew, Butch Geist never drew. Look at that Garney. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
It's a lot
good.
of fun. It's a lot of fun. This is Garney's new style. But I was filling in. Guess who drew this cover? You can't really see the cover, but who drew that Scar cover?
Is it Alvetti?
Nope. It's
Who is it?
Travis Charest. Travis Charest.
Oh.
This Scar cover, the Scar number 7, I
If
actually
I
kind
could have
of
seen his face, I mean, I can see the charade clearly, but
yeah.
like,
They all had this like cover. Then they have this like weird like Scar number 7. This is the A cover. I'm like shit. I think there is a B cover that I still have to get because I feel like it's more along the lines of what they were doing at this whole book. But here's your Butch Geist, and then this issue of Scar here, number 11, has Ron Lim. Ron Lim did all the space stuff and all the Earth stuff. This is the in between Dan Panosian. This is like right. It's pre slots. It's post.
X
Because where
Factor
did he go?
forever.
Yeah, it's probably post X
Advertising.
Factor. So he changed his style a bit, but this is kind of the right in the middle type of stuff, but really good. This series, which I don't remember coming out either, I have number one. I have like a variant of number one, but number two of Hulk what's it called? Broken. I have it covered here. Broken
Brooklyn
Worlds,
Worlds.
book two. It's only two issues.
Because Hulk's the world breaker, right?
He
Is
is
that
the
what they called
world
him?
breaker. Yeah, it's so funny, but here's a John Boy Myers
Yep.
series here doing an Age of Apocalypse story. John Boy Myers. Then you have a Mangaverse Hulk written by Adam Warren, which I believe Adam Warren wrote the Mangaverse Hulk one shot anyway.
Which was
Kelsey
great.
Shannon, pretty fun. That's
Dude,
really fun too.
Mangaverse
Mangaverse is
books at
dope.
Marvel. So good.
Yeah. And then you have this is 1602 Hulk, and then I forget what the last Hulk was. I forget, but it's just crazy that there was so much Hulk material around that time, around World War Hulk, and like it's crazy, right? Because you think about it,
Yeah.
and also one of those issues that I got is the first appearance of the Hulk that they just killed. like the Hulk son that they just killed in Imperial,
Oh
which
yeah.
was kind of a hot book for a little bit, you know. So, but he's dead. And there's your Chris Starr, Ricardo Villagran. These are really fun. They're really beat up. Look at those staples. I don't know if those staples. I have to look at that number, that Godzilla 10, because like that could be just it fell apart altogether and the staples were
That
gone and someone just like
that's what it looks like, dude.
stapled on top of it, which is the best.
Makes you love it all the more.
I love it. Look how fucked up that book is. It's so jacked up. But this is like funny because this is right around the like 18 and 19. It's like they mess around with size. But yeah, you have your Herb Trimp interiors, Fred Kita inks. You got your Dan Green inks here. Little Godzilla. Just so fucking fun, dude. That's really fun. Got my Gen 13 5, right? $1. Wonderful. I think less. I think when I went up it was, whatever. But
That's
profit 31. So filling in I still need like 8. I have almost the whole profit run. But these later ones are real fucking hard to get. I have the last issue, which I figure would be really,
the,
really hard.
the other hard profit to get is the one put out by Awesome that's got like Ian Churchill inks on a Walker Brothers story.
I don't
It's
remember.
no, it's the one that's like
That's
they use
before
actually
R4?
that's before Brandon Graham's Profit. It's from Awesome Comics.
Oh.
It's a one
Ooh.
shot. And it actually introduces Prophet's daughter. That's a hard one to get.
I don't even know if I don't think I ever read that. There's your Gen 13 5. Look at this.
Look at that,
Boom.
Bill Mouse. We love Bill Mouse. Nice guy.
Yeah. They don't mention
He's
anything in any letters. They don't mention like,
they,
hey, this guy is actually kind of famous-ish
they
right
don't
around
like
here.
yeah. There's like, hey, look at this fan.
Yeah. Look at
Bill
this
Mouse is famous
fan.
for doing Parody Press, which is like has some really good stuff in
Old
it.
blood.
Old Blood, Yawn, Sewage
Yawn.
Dragoon, X
What was
Farce.
Pitt?
Was it Armpit, right?
Yeah,
Armpit?
what was Sandman?
Was it Bland Man? Meadow Lark
I
instead of
feel like,
Shadowhawk.
yeah, I feel like the further away they got on this Prophet series, though, like the further down the line, the less art was there. Because when you look at this, like this is tracks. Because I feel like when it went more like went away from Simon Roy, went to like Milo,
Hmm.
Milo Genius, whatever. It's like it just got thinner and thinner and thinner. And then what cracked me up at the end of this, what is that? Like, so this is almost like what a Youngblood like strike file or Youngblood battle zone
Right,
entry,
right.
right? It's just like blobs. Like I can't see anything. You know what I mean? I can see the helmet, you know?
Troll's like a weird morphing creature.
Bartholomew Troll, 3'4", he's 130 pounds. So that's really funny. These are the last two books. This Mighty Barbarians is tough because like a lot of these Blaze books have like really good variant covers, but this cover was kind of the dopest cover. But
It's a
yeah,
good looking
they
cover.
do the homage covers that are pretty cool, and I feel like I saw something about this Knights of the Fifth Dimension before, and I like either solicit or an ad for it or someone put it on there, maybe one of my Instagram archive guys. Um,
Who did the cover?
I don't know.
It
It's
feels like they're trying to do like a Rick Veitch
the whole book
Kirby.
looks crazy. I have a lot of the book coming up, but yeah. But this
Cover
is.
by Oliver Vatine. French. Oh, there's like a bunch of artists.
Oh no, that's the Bettine. This is the Barbarian. Yeah, this the Barbarian. The that's this is
The Barbarian. Okay,
Tomaselli.
my
Yeah,
bad.
Tomaselli did this cover.
Which I like.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
good.
dope. And the interiors are this all the Blaze books because this is called these are all smaller characters that are all Robert E. Howard characters. So I'm not sure how exactly they've done this, but they're combining a couple things. Thongor's in this one too as well, I believe.
Right.
All these are dope, but this book's kind of crazy looking. Like this is everything I like about this type of stuff, right? And again, it's written by William Gardner. I don't know who's drawing this thing, but like this is kind of everything we like. What I like. I mean, these
No,
are all
I
like
mean
golden
this is
ages
great.
characters. This
They
looks
are.
really crazy. Here's your kind of Kirby-ish person, you know. Like there's a million Easter eggs inside of all this stuff. There's like a Camelot 3000. There's your Super Friends. There's an 80 page, 100-page giant. Like there's so much stuff going on here that I just want to like zoom in and figure out like what's going on. Even here, look at this, dude. Look at all this shit right here. The hell? Like So I don't know, but yeah, the art's crazy. The art's going all over the place with the way different things are and like just different riffs. Gets real trippy at the end, like
Yeah,
you
there's your
know,
Steranko looking.
yeah, dude. Just like I don't know what this book is, and then there's a second book, so it's all meted out, you know, because I believe that's the character's name. I think that they said that's the writer's name too. So like I can't really tell, and I gotta look it up to see if anyone else did this. I don't know what this is. Again, this came out in 2022. Don't know, but I'll take that. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
you're getting close, dude.
Getting close. But you know what's funny is I have J. J was prime number 4, and I have
Okay.
that because that's in my Brave Folk collection. So I thought I needed 2 more. I do not. I do not. So let me think here. So I got a
Do you
9.
have to buy a second copy of Jag?
No, I'll be okay, I guess. If I find a
So
prime 4, I'm sure I'll be. I'm sure I may. But
now, what's I'm very curious to see is as you put this together. It looks like the colors are they lining up? It's hard to tell. I'm just looking at a photograph because the problem is they would print these. They could these books could be printed weeks apart,
yeah.
and the colors back then didn't. This wasn't. I mean, it's computer coloring, but it's like not the computer coloring we have today. And what's saved from the beginning of January might not look the same as the end of or the beginning of February.
Right, right, right. Yeah. This all came out within within like a month. Oh, what's funny is you can kind of see like my little things: Eric Larson, Michael Lark, Jose Ladron section, Joe Kubert, Andy Cooper. It's funny you can kind of see this is on my boxes, on my boxes. So yeah, just insane. I'm an
You said you
insane
don't
guy.
have. You said you don't have Photoshop anymore.
I have no. I think I have.
There's apps where you can stitch images together, and I'm almost curious if like we should like scan these and see if we can stitch together a poster.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, well, the tough part is I have a I think it was Details magazine. I have a Rune Zero. So this is Rune Zero, okay? Which is 9, it's actually 11 3-page issues, okay? But they did a Rune Zero mail away. So if you bought all these issues and you had the coupon, you mailed away and you got a War Strike Zero flip book with Rune Zero, which is on better paper. So I still need to buy a Rune Zero.
Who drew the Rune Zero send away book?
It's this. You can it's this just printed in one altogether.
Oh,
But
neat.
the flip book is a War Strike Zero, which is the only way you can get War Strike Zero, and that was Huang Nguyen. Huang Nguyen.
When?
We like Huang Nguyen, um, who did some Punisher work, who did some Zen Intergalactic Ninja book. He did one of the Chromiums. Anyway, but I have to get that because that has a exclusive art. Plus, I have to find the Malibu Sun because I believe the Malibu Sun has a rune cover that is not anywhere else either. Damn it! See, it's really hard, you know, like being how we are and have to get. So now I have to get this because this rune image is not printed anywhere like this again, right? Um, the rune but I do have a rune zero which has an exclusive cover that was exclusive to like a polybag version of Details magazine with a rune zero inside of it, and I got that, right? But what's fucked up about that is like straight up newsprint, so it looks like shit. So like I don't know, again, these are the struggles we go through, you know.
True.
But there really should be like a Barry Windsor Smith rune trade or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like Marvel should do something, I think, with this because it's not good. Because you would need to have rune Silver Surfer. There's a Conan rune one shot. If anyone like you can't print that, I guess I don't know. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's a good amount of stuff that you can get. The rune was in Conan the Savage. He fought him and it was a Alcatina. It was a Chuck Dixon Alcatina story. It was fucking awesome with a really good cover by I believe Chris Moeller. Like there's a lot of real fun stuff. And then after that, you know who drew Rune after this? It was fucking like Kyle Hotz drew a ton of Rune
Oh, that's
after
right.
this.
Yeah.
And then it went to like the Pander brothers. Like the fuck? Like I mean like just I mean I have all of Rune. I got it all except these couple issues that I don't have. So I don't have it all. But close enough. So anyway, so that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm digging. That's what I'm working. That's fun stuff. I did get to Nerd Mall and I got this Conan Saga number 76. And the reason I got this is because it has two The stories that they did just to fill out the book, they would reprint different stories, so they would have a page or two. But I have a Ray Garcia, who was the inker on ForceWorks, and really good, really good pinups in here, like really dope, like real good. So,
Just doing a quick look. What Rune? What shows up in Conan #4, the 1995 series?
oh shit, that's right, yeah, which is the I think Henry Flint drew that, not Flint Henry. Don't mix it up.
Don't
Henry
mix it up, dude.
Flint, totally different artist. Yeah, that's the Barry Crane, Larry Hama. Yeah, so that's
Yes.
right. Yep. Boom.
Interesting. I'll
Yeah.
just try to look for that Conan Zero, see if I had.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a good amount of rune. It's a real shame, and I wonder what that if that Battle Zone so far that Battle Zones miniseries that they just started that Christos Gage is doing. There's Mystic is going to be in it, but no Malibu characters are in it. Like none.
And
Like
the Malibu guys said that like they would not make any money if the characters showed up in Marvel Comics. I think Dave Ulrich was talking about it. Like, yeah, because that's like a myth.
they
It's a
will
myth.
or they won't.
They won't. Now, if
Mm,
it comes to because there's no money in comics, technically speaking.
mm.
But if they end up going to Hollywood or something, then they have to get paid. If they end up making a movie out of it or something, I think then they have to get paid. And I think what Marvel's trying to avoid now is like is it Opal? Opal's a Malibu character who shows up in Thor Ragnarok, right? And it's not
Yeah.
a totally similar character, but who's going to stop? The Russo brothers are going to be like, hey, we want to put Rune in a movie. Like Russo brothers, they may not know who Rune is, but let's say they see him, like, oh, that's a Marvel character. You own him, and Marvel's like, oh yeah, we're using him. Well, now they have to pay, Tom Mason and Dave Olbricht or whoever else, is official. I guess technically they got to pay Scott Rosenberg, because Scott Rosenberg is the one who actually
Right.
made the deal.
Right.
So
Right.
that's interesting.
Tough out there, everybody.
It
Tough
is.
out there. I
Also,
mean, yeah,
the other myth,
we need to do a whole story on how like Marvel just like bought Malibu to fucking shut him down.
they kind of
Yeah.
they didn't buy him for the coloring. That's always like they had to force Dave Olbrich and Tom Mason had to force Marvel's like, hey, why don't you use our coloring? Like they had to force that on Marvel. I don't know, just because there's always that myth like, oh, Marvel bought Malibu for the coloring. No, they didn't. They actually
Right.
didn't want to. They were still trying to fight against computer coloring at that point.
Just force it.
Just
Ultra
force it.
force. Just force it.
Oh, good job.
Yep. All right, but that's it for me. That was my week and a half haul. You can see the neuroses of of the collecting neurosis, what we have to deal with. You know, sorry about
Yep.
that. But these are the videos I like to watch. I like to watch these videos of people getting like just stressed out. I mean, as much as I love my collection, it stresses me out at times. It's also impossible to read. Completely impossible to read in my collection. You just hope they get all together. They're hoping it's
That's funny.
together.
And then when you finish reading them, then you got to put them back in there separate. Oh, this one's drawn by Barry Windsor Smith. This one's drawn by,
It's
or this
total
was written
hell
by.
when I do
Yeah.
my box when I do my boards downstairs. It's hell because I'll pull like 100. I have 50 some slots and I'll pull like 100 something, and then I'll go down. I'm like okay, and then I just kind of like redelineate them and ask my daughter. I'm like, what do I do here? And so I let her vote some and and now when I get
That's,
this, I'm gonna want to pull my Conans down, my Conan boards. But I like my Conan boards, so but because I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have the Portaccio. I'm going to have the Portaccio's 6, 8. It's 8. I think it's 8, but it's rect. It's like a wide 8, right? These are all 9 this way. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do all this.
yes.
Then I
That'll
also
look
have to
cool.
figure out. Yeah, but then I got to figure out like I want to continue the rest. Like what else can I fill in? Because this would be a board if I'd have Rune and Extreme. And then I have that. So then I have to have. Oh, I know what I could do. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole other episode. Those boards, that's a whole episode.
You know what we
Uh,
need? We still need the fourth Doom Sport cover.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
Oh
do.
shit, I do have that Major X one, right? Don't I have Major X? Didn't you see that when you were here? That was like every.
Oh yeah.
all the Liefelds across, but they're barely together. Then there's also the Conan Serpent War. I have 2 out of the 4 of that. I have a Death's Head one that John McCrae drew.
There's always the Travis Charest Wildstorm poster. Or not a poster, but Travis Charest did a bunch of interconnecting covers too.
Oh, God damn it.
I know Stormwatch Volume 2, number 1, I think they were bagged, which makes it even more fun. I don't know.
It's hard. Hard, everybody. It's tough out there. Well, everyone have a great week. Enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. Put some comments in there if you want to have us have any questions about like the different angles of how we collect or how we kind of go after certain things. That's we love it. We love this stuff. We love it, and we love you guys.
Hope you enjoyed this markdown comic haul.
That's it. It's every week. I gotta figure something. I gotta go find something. Can we find things?